I'm obtaining the auto miner in Minecraft Prison. This auto miner has enchants that upgrade its perks to destroy my mine. So without further ado, let's execute this plan. So what we have to do to get this player miner is quite literally just go ahead and type /player miner, one whole word. And if we look in the menu, you can see there is an enchants menu, and you can upgrade all sorts of enchants. Fortune is defaulted by 1 and maxed at 1. What hit me needs rank 500, what we are nowhere close to that. But we do have 4 different enchants. We got speed, jackhammer, battery, and scavenger. And we're going to be maxing at least all 4 of these, and then we're going to be using our shadow clone skin. And the reason for using our shadow clone skin is quite literally it spawns numerous player miners and you get a ton of rewards. But the reason you upgrade your player miner is because it makes those player miners from the skin itself even better. So in order to get started, we need tokens. So we're going to go ahead, grab tokens from our robots and the gems because we might as well. And we have a ton of loot we can open as well just to get more tokens. So if we go into the player miner menu, I believe the easiest one is quite literally speed. It's literally 65 billion. It's so cheap. So we'll get all 10 levels and then we'll move on to the battery enchant. What is about 6.5 trillion. What is pretty cheap as well. And then scavenger is quite pricey. As you can see, all 10 levels are 220 trillion. We can only get 7. So we're going to get 7 first just so we can get some sort of scavenger working. And if we take a look at player miner, since we've never used it, it goes down to a total of 9% because at default our battery was just base battery, the default level 1 or whatever the default was. But basically the way you charge it is by actually just mining, and then you activate it when it's around 100% and then it goes down in its battery and you repeat the process. It gives a lot of early game rank up XP and tokens, so I highly recommend you use this. So we're gonna save the rest of our tokens until we can actually get those levels, but we're gonna open up these vaults now, see if we get any tokens we can use. Gold vaults give us tokens. There we go. So if we do player miner, go to enchants, can we max it out? Yes we can. 108 trill for 3 levels, maxed out. So we have 80 trillion left. Let's go into the player miner menu, and jackhammer is quite pricey as well. We can get half of the levels already, more than half, with what we have currently, so it's gonna take another like 100 trillion around there just to max this out. And what I'm hoping is maybe we could experience the shadow clone skin. So we're gonna enable the shadow clone skin and just hope it actually works with all the player miners that spawn in, so I'll have to keep my eyes open for that. We only have shadow clone level 1, so it's not gonna be as effective as I wish it would be, but I mean, it is what it is. Let's open all these caches and get rid of them. We got 2 more shadow clone tokens. Let's go. We do have some armor stones as well we could go ahead and apply to our armor, so I think we'll go ahead and do that. We're currently at level 18 on all of our pieces. Let's go ahead and get them to 20. What's gonna make it cost 3 afterwards, if I'm not mistaken. So if I were to use 2, yeah, it doesn't work anymore. So we're gonna have to use 3 per level if we want to level this up over time. What is not an issue. I'm not complaining at all. It's just I thought I'd mention it. So we have 100 trillion. Let's go into our player miner, /player miner, go to enchants, and we'll upgrade our jackhammer another 200, almost 300 levels. So we're missing about almost 200 levels now, a little under that. So we're getting pretty close to maxing out our player miner. Okay, we're gonna use these airstrikes on our mine because we want to make more tokens, of course, so we might as well. Hopefully we can get shadow clone to proc. I don't really know if we can. The only way I can tell is if we see a ton of those guys, those player miners wandering around, or just players in general. So I gotta keep my eyes peeled, of course. /player miner, go to enchants, and we'll get 61 levels. So now we need, I believe it's 76 if I'm not mistaken, levels. So we're getting quite literally almost there. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna go ahead, activate the player miner for the first time. As you can see, it spawned in over here. It's kind of a default skin for some reason, but if you look on our scoreboard, the tokens are going up and we're doing quite literally nothing. It's kind of amazing for early game. It's just late game it becomes not the greatest unless you have the shadow clone skin. So you only want to upgrade it for late game if you're getting the shadow clone skin, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But overall, it makes more tokens for me at least because I'm currently early game technically still. So if we see more of these player miners activated at once, that means the shadow clone skin has proc probably. And as you can see in chat, it said we got a legendary TNT from miners. So that's scavenger. It gives certain items and drills and whatnot. So it is pretty useful to actually use the player miner if you're trying to get items to salvage or use. Our player miner is about to run out and it'll say it in chat, and then that's when we check our menu and then you'll see that it's at 0% or so, and then we have to start mining blocks to get it back to its charged point. As you can see in chat, it says it ran out of battery. Do /miner, it's at 0%, so now if we want to charge it, we mine blocks. Let's take a look. We've already got 1%, not bad. It's not a tedious task. It takes time, but it is not that tedious. And oh, Shadow Clone just procced. Oh my gosh. As you can see, Shadow Clone has quite literally procced. There's multiple player miners here. I believe it's just these 3, but you can see our tokens on the scoreboard going up way more significant amounts, and the jackhammer is going crazy. Not like super crazy, but good enough to the point where it's somewhat helpful. But there we go. We got the Shadow Clone skin to proc while having the auto miner slash player miner maxed almost. What reminds me, we still need to go ahead and upgrade the rest of it. We'll get 55 more levels in there. We're still not fully done. Get a decent bit of tokens, and we'll go into our miner and see if we can upgrade it. Can we max it out? Yes, we can. Let's go. The only thing we're missing, of course, is the what hit me. What we're probably not even gonna get. All it really does is strike the miner with lightning eventually, and then it just gives you more battery, what I really do not need. So at the end of the day, that's not really useful, because right now, to the point of where I'm at currently in the game, even using the player miner is not even that worth it. I mean, I could use it occasionally, but it's not even too worth it. It's only worth it with the Shadow Clone skin. So that's why you upgrade the player miner, because the upgrades transfer over to Shadow Clone, I believe, from what I've heard and from what people have told me. So I'm not like 100% certain, but that's what I've been told. But there we go. We got the player miner going and the Shadow Clone skin going. By the way, I did beat Minecraft Prison on day 1. Check out how I did on screen.